Hey everyone, welcome to Unique Ways with Thomas Gerard, an audio podcast. Got an awesome guest on today. She's a Stanford PhD working with exceptional individuals and impact-oriented teams for high performance. And I'm going to mispronounce your name, but it's Ezgi Akcinar. Welcome.
Hey Thomas, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to your amazing podcast. And the name pronunciation was perfect.
Great. Any questions before we start?
No, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, ready for 20 questions. Here we go. Number one, tell me a little bit more about yourself. What do you do?
So I'm a consultant and a coach, performance coach. I help exceptional individuals, teams, and products level up. So I help them level up through performance psychology, through user research, systems thinking. We collaborate for exceptional outcomes.
Nice. Just a note for our audience, Ezgi and I don't know each other until now, but she kept coming through my social media feed and I was super interested. So I wanted to have her on the show. Number two, what's a key piece of knowledge that makes you different?
I'd say I thought about this before, but I'd say maybe there are three buckets of knowledge that kind of contribute to the unique perspective that I've formed. The first one is my PhD in psychology. I have deep roots in understanding how mind works and how social animals work in general. And the second bucket, I'd say, is systems thinking. So I've had hands-on experience at Stanford, running online interventions with students, increasing the GPAs of disadvantaged students significantly. So I have a bit of experience playing with human systems at scale and changing them for good. And the third piece of knowledge I'd say that makes me unique probably is the fact that I'm a long-time student of ancient wisdom. So I've been reading a lot about Taoism, Buddhism, and Sufism for years now. And this really helped me in my performance psychology coaching business.
Great. And just another note here, if you guys are liking the doctorate type of episodes, make sure to check out Dr. Ron Wakari and Dr. Philippe Pasquier's episode. They're local professors here in Vancouver. And also check out Dr. Maria Lanton. She has some great work. Number three, why this of all things? Why do you do what you do?
This is a great question, Thomas. So these days I see there's a trend toward, like not doing what you're not following your passion. I hear Scott Galloway famously, like I hear him emphasize this, like don't follow your passion, do what you're good at and find the passion in your current work type of thing. This way though, like I don't know, I see the trend, but I think I still dare to be naive with what I'm doing. So I've been a fool following my passion all my life, probably. And where I am right now, finally, I'd say my passion overlaps with my strengths. So that's a win-win now. But it takes a while, like it takes years to find that product market fit, passion and strength fit, I'd say.
Beautiful. So number four, some people struggle with, but the question is, what does your future look like?
Delicious ambiguity, as Gilda Radner would say. So I try not to plan out too far into the future. I think like living with the flow, like flowing with life, it opens up endless possibilities. So I don't know what the future looks like, and I love it.
Nice. Number five, we say is unique to this podcast. The question is, let's talk about location. How does the notion of place play into what you do?
I live in the Silicon Valley and I work here. I moved here in 2010 for my PhD at first, and then ended up staying here, working here. I got married here and all of that. I'd say the Silicon Valley culture really shaped my identity in the long term, how I work, how I live, how I view things. It's really full of unconventionally creative, smart, and ambitious people. And every day in my everyday work, I get to work with startup founders and CEOs, and I learn a lot from them every day.
Great. And 6, if you had to start from the beginning, what advice would you give your former younger self?
Mm. Um, I'd say take action before you're ready. So at the beginning of my journey, I was always like, oh, I need to be ready first. I need to have my program before I launch. Well, now I'd say launch your program and then build it along the way. That's how we create things with feedback from real world. We don't sit in rooms or offices or labs and we don't plan for a year. We just launch and learn from the world. And I'd say take action and soon and often.
I love that. Number 7 is, what's a day in your life like?
So I wake up around 5, 6 a.m. every day with our daughter, Thea. She is 5 months old and she wakes up really early.
Mm.
And I'd say I start working around 8, 9 a.m. And then I finish work at 6 p.m. or so. Uh, Around 6 p.m., I either go for a walk outside or I go for road cycling, Peloton, Soul Cycle. And then if we have some family time at home. And then after that, once Thea is asleep, I do some more work at night.
Great. And 8, lifelong learning is a popular topic. How do you stay up to date?
There are a lot of different resources these days, like bite-sized pieces of information, and our life is certainly hectic. But I still like to stay up to date in the good old traditional way. I read books, so I probably buy and read about 4 or 5 books a week, and I read some of them in detail, in full, and some of them I just skim, but I learn something from all of them.
Great. And tools, do you use both digital and analog tools?
Yeah. So in my case, collaboration is extremely important. So I tend to use Loom and audio recordings to get the information across quickly. And then I use Notion for collaboration with others, and analog tools. Like, interesting question. I recently got this like Pomodoro timer.
Mm.
I didn't want to use my phone with notifications and everything, and it's distracting. Just to see the phone, it's tempting, like tempting to use. So like I got this analog Pomodoro watch kind of thing, alarm thing. So I use that now for my time boxing when I'm when I'm doing deep work.
Great. And number 10, halfway, how do you deal with work-life balance?
So I don't necessarily believe in work-life balance. I think this was Jeff Bezos, like he said, like I'm into work-life harmony. So our life is very much like that at home. So we have a work-life harmony. My spouse is also he's the CEO of a unicorn startup here in the Silicon Valley. So we both tend to work for long hours when needed, and we both do the work that we love doing. So it's our life in a way. So we chase a work-life harmony, trying to do justice to every bit of our lives.
Great. And 11, if you weren't doing what you do now, what would you be doing?
Uh, I'd probably be an anthropologist or an archaeologist or a linguist. So I'm really into the Stargate TV show. I don't know if you've seen it. It's about like 10 seasons, Stargate SG-1 at least.
Mm.
So I don't know, I'm really into understanding different cultures, the past cultures, and I'm really into studying Sumerian, for example, in my free time. So I'd be one of those, probably anthropologist, archaeologist, or linguist.
Great. So number 12, what would you not like to do with your career?
anything that involves too much paperwork, I was thinking. So the legal path probably is not for me.
Do you have a favorite word, quote, or sentence?
Yeah, Rumi had this quote where he said, don't be satisfied with the stories of how things went with others. Unfold your own myth. So I think this is what life is. It's about unfolding our own myth.
Great. And how about a least favorite word, quote, or sentence? Oh, did I lose you? Hello, hello?
Oh, I think it's cutting. Thomas, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, awesome.
Great. So where are we here? If you had to pick one word to describe yourself, what word would you choose?
I choose joy.
Okay. What keeps you up at night?
Thea, our 5-month-old daughter.
Do you have a dream you're chasing?
It took me a while to get to this point in life, but I'm not chasing dreams anymore, which is weird. I think I just live in the flow. I flow with life now.
Great. And final stretch number 18, what inspires you?
Ancient wisdom, definitely. The ancient traditions of Taoism, Buddhism, and Sufism, they inspire me every day to live the most fulfilled life.
Any advice you'd like to share?
I'd say do follow your passion and make sure it aligns with your strengths.
And number 20, the self-promotional. How can our listeners keep tabs on you? Do we have a call to action?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. I'm very active on LinkedIn. So if you want to connect on LinkedIn and follow me, I share very actively over there.
Okay, well, it's so good to have you on the show. Being in the Valley and talking about your experience there, but also kind of having that vibrant energy is something that I really feel having you as a guest on. So glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for this amazing session, Thomas. Thank you.